this notion that everything should always be okay, and you should always feel fine and content in your life, and if you don't, then you have some mental problem or there's something wrong with you. I think life sucks a lot of the time, and a lot of the time it's great. It's always going to be that way. It's never going to be just one-sided.
Alex Prager was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, where she continues to work today. Prager never received a formal education and is a self-taught photographer, having always been interested in art but never knowing in what way she wanted to produce it. It wasn't until she attended an exhibition by William Eggleston that she decided photography was the medium she was going to use. Prager uses her friends and a few strangers to pose in her photographs, dressed up with wigs, makeup, and clothing from the eras of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s to evoke the classic, highly dramatic California lifestyle. You can see a close resemblance to the feel of William Eggleston's photos with the Kodachrome color to them, aiding in the illusion of photographs from the 70s. Her photographs have a bizarre and creepy feel to them, while still being beautiful images. She draws clear inspiration from others, such as Alfred Hitchcock, as she recreates these dark and even comedic scenes, documenting this world that exists and doesn't exist at the same time.
The colors and the textures from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, it's all, I think all of it was more interesting. I mean, the colors of cars were like candy, and now all of our cars are gray, black, and beige. To me, it just stands for timelessness in like classic beauty and something that lives on in any time period.
Taking after the work of Oscar Rylander, Prager composites her photographs digitally in post-production. In a similar way, Rylander created his image, Two Ways of Life, by combining 30 different negatives to create a combination print. These two photographers have similar ideas to creating unique work, yet went about it in different forms of post-production, which only comes to show how the possibilities are endless.
My pictures are so much based on post-production now. I'll plan everything as much as I can before a shoot. I'll even sketch it out and go and take pictures with my iPhone, like with a wig on top of a dress in front of a car that I find on the internet, and like I'll put sketches together that way too. Sometimes.
Bam bam, on ça se place, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant, prends mon whisky quant à moi, peu dormi.
Both Alex Prager and Cindy Sherman's photography can be seen as a self-portrait and portraiture of realism. Both photographers emphasize stage photography that examines societal assumptions of Hollywood style by manipulating the way the truth is perceived. Compared to Sherman's images, Prager acknowledges that there is a magical intensity in the way her photography is altered. Both photographers take authentic cues from film, fashion photography, and a world of pulp fiction that constructs cinematic moments with an emphasis on melodramatic glamour. They bring a characteristic form of life to their subjects by altering them to dress in wigs, makeup, and costumes that suggest a memorable character. Both Sherman and Prager's images suggest a complex life that can also exist outside the frames of real life. Posing friends in eyelashes, wigs, and vintage clothing, Alex Prager and Cindy Sherman create dramatic images of things that never happened and in a world that never was, but at the same time, familiarity of what we have seen before.
Everyone thinks that I shoot in a 1960s style.
No, I'd say like more like late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, but really, it's just because of the colors that I choose that it looks that way, and the fake eyelashes, because that was really popular.
Touche pas ma planète. It's not today que le ciel me tombera sur la tête et que la colle me manquera.
je joue. Moi je joue à joue contre joue. Je veux jouer à joue contre vous, mais vous le voulez-vous? De tout cœur.
I just want people to feel something, basically. That's all I'm trying to do. Make them feel something real.
Alex Prager is known for her cinematic intensity, combining the best elements of film noir, 70s retro fashion, pulp fiction, and modern-day celebrity icons. Her past works have rifled off of films like Hitchcock's The Birds, Goddard's Weekend, and Michael Powell's The Red Shoes, creating visual candy which combine LA Today and film past, future, forgotten, and imaginary.
I realized that I was making short films. I've pretty much been training myself for the past years to learn to be a director without even realizing it, because that's just the way I naturally went about photography as a director. I think that's why it's so exciting to me, because I know that I don't really know what I'm doing still after all these years, and I don't think I ever will feel like I know what I'm doing, because I still get the same knots in my stomach before every shoot. That hasn't changed at all. In fact, maybe it's gotten worse, because like the more I do it, the more challenging I want to make it for myself. Oh, I got a GED when I was 16, so I'm not a complete loser. I